Hi guys, hopefully you can see me. I was scrambling at the last minute because things weren't working, but they are now. So hopefully it stays working. I'm just going to, hi Lauren, how are you? What's it, 1 in the afternoon over there, Sunday afternoon? So it's Monday morning here, just after 9 o'clock, and I have got an espresso. My second one for the morning. I need it after that glitch. I didn't think it was going to go ahead. Right, I'm just going to check down here so everything is working. And while we're waiting, hopefully, for some other people to come in, I will post it to Instagram that I am live. If I can do that. Hi. Yes, that's working. That's good. All working. You're having a coffee too. Got to have your coffee. Okay, let's just do this. And share it out. Now, I couldn't decide which eyeshadow that I was going to use today. So I've got a choice between Chanel or Cle de Peau. So I'll show them to you soon, which ones. And then I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. Hi, Beth. How's things in Florida? I'm just fiddling around with my phone to try and post it to Instagram. Oh, I better turn that down. Oh, yes, I forget to say that. Yes, if everyone that comes in can give it a thumbs up, that would be really, really good. Just looking at my hair in the monitor to make sure it's not too crazy. I think I'm going to have to turn my fan on. It's already 9 in the morning, and this is crazy, crazy weather for this time of the year. It's going to be April tomorrow. It should be quite cooled down quite a bit, but it hasn't yet. We need your rain, Beth. We need it here. We are officially in a drought. So, hi, Denver girl. How are you? Sorry, I'm just posting it to Instagram. And then I will be all set. Actually, what I should do, have I put on a second layer of sunscreen yet? I might do that. Okay, share to Instagram. And I will put my phone on silent. Now, since it is 9 in the morning here, the live stream will probably be over beforehand, but the rural delivery guy for the mail, he comes right up to the house. We've got a really long driveway, and he comes all the way up to the house. So that could happen during the live stream. And if he does, you're going to hear everything break loose. All the dogs will bark and carry on. Hi. So this is why I changed it to 9 in the morning my time, although daylight saving ends next weekend, but I could probably still flip the times around a little bit, an hour here or there, because then hopefully people in the UK and Europe and... Hi, Liz. How are you? How's your weekend going? Did you hear that crack? My elbow cracks sometimes. Okay, let's put my hair up in a hairband. I don't think I did that last time. Just keeps my hair out of the way a little bit. I'm going to put, if I can find it, a little bit more sunscreen on. And I'm going to turn on my fan. And even though this is tiny, I have it so it's sitting right on my face, and it just keeps everything nice and cool. So I'm just going to put a little bit of sunscreen on again. And I'm just going to read through the comments. Okay, so the two eyeshadows that I couldn't decide between today is Chanel Tissu Vendome and a new to me one, a Cle de Peau eyeshadow. and it is called Warm Ocean Sunset. So I'll show them to you in a minute, but both are really gorgeous. I have tried the Cle de Peau already. It's really beautiful. Right, let's have a look while the sunscreen is just going to soak in for a minute. Here, there we go. I think that's better. Hi, Kim. From Texas, Woodlands, Texas. That's right, isn't it? The TX. I went there with Liz, not last year, but the year before. 4 p.m. Yeah, no, that's good. So I'm hoping I can sort of capture more of my subscribers, because the majority are in the US, but I also have quite a few in Europe and also in the UK as well. So hopefully. Hi. Excellent time. Well, that's good to know. Good to know. Okay, I just wanted to let that sit just for a little bit more before I put on my primer. Now, I have got the Chanel one, but I'm pretty sure there is none left in here, but I have got a backup, so, because I love this primer. So over in Texas, it'll be starting to warm up over there. And Beth, I know in Florida, isn't it hot all the time there nearly? But I think in Texas, it'll be starting to warm up. Hi. Yeah, this, oh no, tiny bit more left of my Chanel primer. I'm pretty sure that's going to be it. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on now. That's it for a couple of minutes before I put on my foundation. Yeah, I'm ready for, it seems like we've had a never-ending summer, and I am ready for the cooler weather now. Where I live in New Zealand, it doesn't winter. It gets quite a bit cooler, but where I am, it doesn't snow or anything like that. So for some people, they would think our winter isn't really a winter at all, but it does get quite a bit cooler. Hi. Pollen portals are open here when it's not raining. Everything yellow with pollen. Oh, yeah, that happens here too. Yeah. And we've just, like a few months ago, December, got the solar panels put in. So they will need, once it's spring and the pollen season's over, then they'll have to be washed. Yeah, it goes on our cars if we have our cars outside, and yeah, it does build up quite a bit. Do you have allergies though, Beth? I never used to have allergies, but when it gets to spring, I think it's springtime, summer, and it's not in the morning, it's in the evening, I start to get a runny nose. And then the next morning it's gone. So it must be something in the ear in the evenings that happens. But it's been happening for a few years now, and I didn't really know what it was. And then I suddenly thought, oh, yeah, that's right. It must be. It must be an allergy, something in the evening. I don't know what it is. Well, I mean, I grew up on a farm, so I was exposed to everything. But for the last few years, just in the evenings, it happens in the springtime. So something there. So something's just changed. But other than that, I've got a pretty good immune system. Right, let's get into my foundation. I'm going to use the Beiges, the Waterfresh Tint, which I love. And this is my second bottle of it. I have got a spare in front of me, a backup, just in case I don't have enough of this. But I love this. Okay, right, so I actually put on No, it's just run out. So that is an empty, and I'm just gonna open up the other one. I've got it back up here. Can't be without this foundation. I love it. Oh, that's right. I forget that it comes with that little tiny brush, which I don't use. Now, this is in the shade medium, but I've had the one also in a shade lighter, and I think that one's probably a little bit more suitable for me, the one, but this one works. This one is fine. So I'm just going to break up the pigments on here. And then just dot this over my face. Oh, this feels so nice and cool. Oh, I love it so much. Not one of your favorites though, is it, Lauren? For some reason she doesn't like this, but I do. It's beautiful. And initially when you put it on, it doesn't seem to really do much. And then you let it sit for about a minute, and it just evens out your complexion. And there are a lot of influencers that say it's your skin but better, and a lot of them probably it isn't, or it's barely there, but I think this one is. I don't think people would be able to detect that you have a foundation on with this at all. How's Margot this morning? Well, she's sound asleep in our room because the other night there was something in our room, some sort of creature. It might have been just a small, like little, we have geckos, little lizards. It might have been one of those, and she was going crazy, and she couldn't find it, and she was just going crazy for hours. That was yesterday. So today she's quite exhausted, I think. And then, as you know, Lauren, I put it to my Instagram stories. When was it? 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago now, I think. She climbed up onto the roof, and she hasn't done that for ages. And when she climbs up onto the roof, she can't get back down again. And then we get a ladder and go up, and she comes to the very edge, and then she runs away. So she's just a huge game for her. But other than that, she's really good. Hi. But still using it. Yeah, I love it. I just love this foundation. I don't know what that says. Can someone translate it for me? Something top? I don't know. Oh, yes. I was looking at Lauren's comment. Yes. The Mighty Hunter. No. She thinks she is. But most of the time she just sits there clutching her pearls, I think. She's not quite sure what to do. But see, with this foundation, you can still see, like, I've got a bit of a sunspot there, tiny bit of redness, and it all, you can still see it, but the complexion is just evened out. It's so, so beautiful. Yes, then she screamed. So when she was on the roof, and when she was playing games, running away, I thought, I'll just leave her for 10 or 15 minutes. And then as soon as I walked away, she was meowing and crying. And anyway, we eventually got her in. Snow. You're getting snow in Chicago. I suppose, is that typical spring weather? It'd be all over the place. I know spring here can get cooler, and then it's warming up, and then next month hopefully it'll settle down for you a bit. Yeah, it is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. I love it. Right, for concealer, I'm going to use the Sisley one, and I'm not sure what it's called, the Phyto something, because it's all worn off on the label there. And this is shade number 2. And this one shade number 2 is the one that has a little bit of that peachiness in it. So I'm going to use that today. It's not really cooperating with me. I think I'm nearly out of this too. Now, I don't know what the shelf life is on this because this is a more pricey concealer, but I've had this for over 2 years, maybe even 3 years, and it's still absolutely fine. I might need to put a little bit more on, but I don't want to put too much concealer on because I'm wearing a lighter foundation. So I only just want a small bit of concealer as well. So I'll just tap that in, put a little bit over my lids as well. I think I might need a tiny bit more. Yeah, it is very popular. A lot of people love it. And considering that I have so many foundations because of this channel, and I do use it up, it just shows you how much I do love it. I'm just going to put a little bit more concealer on. This is another one of those concealers that if you go overboard with it, it's not really too bad. It's not going to emphasize your wrinkles too much. But I only really want a small amount anyway because I don't want anything to look cakey. I find as I get older that really with makeup, less is definitely more. I just haven't looked through the comments. What brush are you using for concealer? This is the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy brush, and it is the A506. It's really good. I actually should get another one. So I've got a backup because I use it. I use it a lot. And then I always just go over with my fingers just to meld that concealer in. Ah, there you go, Lauren. Yes, I knew you'd know. Okay, eyeshadow primer. Better put some of that on. Hourglass Veil one. I'm still waiting for the NARS one to come back in stock here, and it's not. It's so hard to get here in New Zealand. And I thought that maybe Selfridges may have it, but they haven't. But I know when it's in stock or I can get my hands on the NARS one, I'm going to buy about 3, I think, because it's annoying when it runs out. Right, for my eyebrows, I think I will use the Chanel one if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. I just keep things in the Diptyque jars. I have quite a few of them, and I have mascaras in one and brushes in the other. I think they're really good. So I'll just do my eyebrows, and then I will show you the eyeshadows. Actually, I'll just brush my eyebrows a bit. So I don't do too much with my eyebrows, just fill them in a little bit. I wasn't one of those people that sort of, when I was younger, overplucked my eyebrows. But there's a couple of gaps here and there. But I just really like to just tidy them up. Okay, and for a gel, I think I'll use the Benefit one. I didn't either, and I'm glad I didn't. What was that for? I've lost track with the comments. Okay. Right, that's the eyebrows done, and right, I'll just show you the 2 different eyeshadows. So we've got the Chanel, the Sisley Vendome. That's one of them. Or you can use the Cle de Peau one. This is the new to me one that I just got about a week ago. And that is beautiful. So you're going to get a similar look. But this is really beautiful. So those are the two. So let me know which one that you prefer. Right, I'm just going to powder under my eyes. Oh, eyebrows. Oh, you didn't either. Yeah. No. I mean, they're a bit thinner, but there's some people I think that really overplucked and they just have this very thin line. Right, the Tom Ford Architecture Soft Matte Powder. I vote Chanel. Chanel. The Cle de Peau is really nice. No, Chanel is beautiful. I do wear that one quite a lot. So they're both beautiful Cle de Peau. So Beth says Chanel. Lauren says Chanel. Denver Girl. They're both beautiful. The Cle de Peau. They are both really, really beautiful. Probably get a little bit more depth in your eye look with the Chanel, but the Cle de Peau one is still really beautiful. Okay, it looks like it's going to be Chanel. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have a little bit more of my coffee. Need to powder my face. I'm going to use the Sisley powder to powder my face today. Yes, the new formula is really beautiful, and they're not overly pigmented or anything like that, but they're not supposed to be. That's not really what that's about. And it's this eye look that I actually prefer anyway. Because I didn't. Did you, Liz, pick up the which one? Oh, the Pat McGrath, that new eyeshadow palette? I didn't. I had lots and lots of them, and I actually got rid of them all because it's just too much, and they're just not eyeshadows that I wear for my everyday makeup. So I was able to sell a few of them, and the other ones I just gave away, and now I haven't got any Pat McGrath at all. And I think the new palette looks really lovely, and Heba S, she did a review of it, and it looked really gorgeous. But again, I just think it's just too much. It's just too much of a foiled look for me. Oh, you would like them, Lauren, the Cle de Peau. It's pricey though. I've never used or tried the Sisley powder colours. Oh, do you mean that the colours didn't suit? What colour is this? This one is 2, I think. I think this one is 2. They're beautiful, beautiful powders. I do find the container that it comes in, though, can be a little bit messy. Right, let's get into bronzer. Hi, Heather. Thank you. Last night I did an AHA. I used some different ones, but last night I used the Dr. Dennis Gross ones. They come in those sachets, and it's the higher strength one, but I would only use that maybe, my skin's really robust. It's not sensitive skin at all, but I would only use that maybe once a week. But I did use it last night, so that might be why it looks smooth. I have Cle de Peau and 2 Beach Pebbles. Do I have Beach Pebbles? Oh, I don't know whether I've got that one. I've trouble getting any pigment, and I like very low pigment, and I'm fair light skin. I don't know whether I've got that one. Is there anyone else that has that can help with that? Is it, if you tried? I mean, that for me, they seem to go on fine with any brush that I use, but I could try natural hair or go to a synthetic brush, or even initially try putting it on with the applicators that come with these. A lot of people laugh at them and say luxury, and then you get these crappy applicators, but they're actually not. They're really good, and it's quite good for packing on eyeshadow, and then you can get a softer brush and then blend it out a little bit. So you could give that a go as well. Yeah, no, I wasn't interested in the Pat McGrath, but I have seen it, like I saw Herbert S use it and a couple of others, and there's some beautiful eye looks, but I just know that I won't use it. Okay, there we go. Least favorite. That might be why, maybe. I've got about 3 or 4 of them. I don't think I have Beach Pebbles. I'm not sure. Or fingers, yeah. Oh, you have? On the primer shades? I don't go through, it's because I have so much makeup. I don't go through them enough to, but I haven't. Not that I've probably used them nowhere near as much maybe as you have, Beth, but the small amount of times that I've used them because I rotate through my makeup, I haven't found that. For bronzer, I'm going to use the RMS Beauty one. I was going to use the Hermes one, but I haven't used this for a while, and this is the one, Beachwalk Betty, if I can talk. And this is really beautiful. And this is the Sonia G. This is the Niji Pro brush. This is a really beautiful shade. Here we go. Look, see, all these people that know things. See, I wouldn't know to do that. When I first got them, I did use my usual primer, which you can do. And you can use that shade. It doesn't have to be used as primer. You can use it over the top to, like through here, if you wanted to lighten things up a bit. But with this one that I just got, I thought I will use the primer as just as a primer, and it actually works really well. Okay, see, this bronzer is just beautiful. I don't like to put a ton of bronzer on. I like just that little bit of warmth, but just not too much. My favorite bronzer brush. Yep. She's also got another one that I like. I haven't got that in front of me with the blue handle. I know Liz doesn't like that one, but I do. This one is slightly more dense, so you get more pickup. But the other one, if I'm using a bronzer that I think might go on a little bit too dark to begin with, that one's quite good. It just puts on product a little bit more sheer, but this is really beautiful. I have 3 of them, I think. I have 2 like this, and then I have the travel size one as well. Really, really good. Is anyone going to get the new Chanel perfume that's coming out? Splendide, the Chance one. I think that there is a fly in here. Of course there is. Hopefully it goes. I've got the door open slightly so it can just buzz off. Anyway, back to the Chanel Chance, the Splendide. I am probably going to blind buy it, I think, because if I wanted to go and test it first, then I'd have to drive 2.5 hours just to go and test it. And normally, 99% of the time when I blind buy a fragrance, I usually like them. Let's go back to, I love the primer shade, and I use it as a primer on its own or over top. Yep. Oh, it's night time where you are. So are you in the UK, Europe? Oh, which bronzer? It's the RMS Beauty one. It's Beachwalk. Why can't I say that? Beachwalk Betty. There you go. It's a bit messy around the sides because I use it quite a bit. That's the one. The UK, right. So it's either 8:30 at night there or 10:30, something like that. I think Margot just look at it and go, can't be bothered. Sometimes she does that. I wish she would chase after the flies and get them, the odd one that comes in to the house. But sometimes she just can't be bothered. It really just depends what Miss Margot wants, really. Okay, let's get into the eyeshadow. Since no one wants to see the Cle de Peau, I will do the Chanel. Just take out those couple of brushes. And I'm sure everyone knows this one, the Sisley Vendome. But I will hold it up just so you know again, so you can take a look. I love, whoop, I'm wrong way. Love this shade here. Actually, all the shades are really beautiful. Half 9. We did something with our, oh, okay, so so you're right. Yes, because the other day I checked what UK time and it was either, would have been, but if you've changed them again. Oh, so you're into daylight savings now over there. That must be what's happened. Whereas next weekend, our clocks will go back. Did you see the new Dior bronzer with the tiger overlay? I'm hoping it's not last year's one. I think it might be. I think they are. I think it looks beautiful, but I'm a bit concerned about the Dior. I'll get it to review, but with that overspray on it, everything can start to look very shimmery on the eyes. And as it is, Dior not always put in their quints. I like at least 2 mattes in there, but if they haven't got a matte and then they're putting that overspray on as well, I just think it's going to just emphasize the texture on my eyes. But I think with those bronzers, to me, they do look the same as last year, but just with an overspray over the top. And I think the outside packaging is different too, isn't it? Commercial interruption. Well, I did change the timing on it. So I think it's every 18 minutes for ads. I'm not going to go to none. I could go to none if I have membership only lives, and then I could do no ads then. But I'm not too sure whether to do membership. You haven't really missed anything, Beth. I think I'm just still... Hi, Joanna. How are you? 7 a.m. here in Australia. Yeah. So you're 2 hours. 2 hours. Has your daylight saving finished over there? Because normally you're 3 hours behind. Gets very confusing being here in New Zealand and everyone else around the world. But I'm getting used to all these time differences. Our clocks go back next week too. Okay. Seems very late for the clocks to go back. Very strange. Right, let's get into this eyeshadow. And I think I will start off with this shade here. I think I'll use this compact as a mirror. I've got the mirror in front of me here, but I find it easier if I have something, something closer so I can see what I'm doing. But hopefully it doesn't block what I'm doing so you can see as well. Okay, so this shade, I'm going to use Sonia G brush, not the Rapha 14, Lauren. Take note that other times I do use other brushes. Okay, take this all over my lid. What's this one? This one is the classic crease, although I always find this one odd because it's a huge brush for a crease. It might be my eyes. Maybe I've got small eyes, small eyelids space. I'm just going to go back to Heather's comment because I never read it. Yes, shimmery. I'll probably skip and maybe get the neutral quint. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure when those are coming out, those, because there's some other yeah, the other quince. And there is one that looks like a really beautiful taupe quint, which I think will be very, very popular. I need to have a good look at them though. I haven't had a really good look, and I'm not quite sure when those ones are coming out. I don't want to block your view, so my eyeshadow, let me know if I am. But I think they look beautiful too, Liz. I'm just a bit concerned about might be a bit too much shimmer, and I don't know when. I think they've already dropped somewhere in Europe, but we haven't got them here yet. Hoping they aren't too far away. I have heard a date, April, mid-April, but who knows? They can drop at any time. Well, the overspray will go. And it's not all over it. So if I think it's going to be too shimmery, I can sort of skip that part. BK Concealer is on sale now. Oh, the brush, you mean? So I'm just using that same shade. I'm just going to run some under my lower lash line, and I'll go with a darker shade under there as well, but just like to begin with a lighter shade to begin with and build it up, because I find with these you can go over, doesn't emphasize texture. So I had heard, was that last year it was going around that these the Tissy ones are going to be reformulated, but nothing sort of came of it. I hope, well, if they do, that they don't ruin it, because I really like the formula of these ones. Get your L black mirror that lights up. Okay. I will do that, and then you'll be able to see. I'll probably be too shiny now. This is bigger though, so I don't want it to sort of block my face. And the other one's just easier to hold. Okay, right. I'm going to take the Sonia G, the mini booster, go into the darker shade in that quad. I just want this to be quite a soft look. I don't want too much pigment laid down. You can with this deeper shade, and I just want to keep it fairly light. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. This is a really good mirror though. I do love it that it lights up. Yeah, it is dark until 7 a.m. It never used to be years ago. The daylight saving didn't go on for quite as long. It used to be about 5 months. Instead, I think it's all 4 months, 4 or 5 months. And I just think that was better. But anyway, can't do much about it. We got 3 new chickens in the weekend. So now we've got 10 chickens. 2 of them are elderly. They're old and bewildered, so they don't really do much, but it's just a retirement place for them, really. So they're settled in pretty well, the 3 new chickens, and hopefully they will start laying soon. It shouldn't take too long. And then we've got a couple of chickens that are molting, which normally happens once a year, and a chicken that is molting looks really ugly. Yes, the blue handled brushes by Sonia G are really lovely. Okay, let's just see, make sure this is all going on evenly. sometimes it's hard, not hard to get it even, but I just have to double check because this eye drops more than this eye here, and I can see I need some more shadow so on this eye. So I'll just do that now. I'll go back to the bigger brush just so I can bring it up a little bit. Yes, it does. I think there will be a lot of similarities. Hi, is it Dana? Dana. Oh, right. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah, I love them too. We adopted chickens. Well, when we bought this place, and we've been here, how long have we been here? We'll be here 6 years this year. The chickens came in with it, but they were quite old even then. And a few of them have died. But these two, the two oldie ones that are here, I mean, they don't lay eggs, so they're just freeloaders, really. And they're awful too. Any new chickens that arrive, just grumpy old tarts. They're terrible. But so they're the two old ones. They're the originals that were here when we moved in, and then we've just got others. And we got some last year, and then just got another 3. Just want to go back to that one. I used to have a bantam named Brun. I don't name them all. They're down below on the property, and a huge area in our orchard area. So they just live like princesses, really. They've got a great life down there. But I'm glad that they are away from the house. They're not right because we're way up above them, a long way down below. And I'm quite pleased that they are because chickens make a huge mess. Now I'm wondering why I don't own this quad. It's really, really pretty. Such a pretty quad. Okay, and then put in some, have I got a brush here? Oh, this one I'll have to do. So I'm just going to go into the lighter shade and put a little bit of that just in here. Lighten things up a titch. I have names for some of those chickens. Now, if you can hear that, can you hear the birds outside? They're still quite loud. I don't know whether you can. I have got the windows open here, so, and I could just hear Ted barking. We've got 3 dogs. We've got Patriot, who's a bloodhound. We've got Reuben, who's a Newfoundland, and we've got Ted, who is a border collie. And Ted was my dad's dog. And when Dad passed away, we took Ted in. We were trying to find another home for Ted, but we never did, really. So Ted is here. And Ted sometimes goes a bit crazy if he sees birds. But he's actually behaving this morning. We'll just see how he goes. But as I said, if the rural delivery guy comes for the mail, you'll hear all the dogs then. Oh, the quad is the Vendome. This is the one that I'm putting on to see Vendome. So I've just put on that one, just and then I call it the lighter shade, and then I'm just going into the darker shade here and just putting a little bit more on my lower lash line. And this is the Sonia G Pencil 1 brush. This is really good for putting shadow on. It's also quite good if you want to just pack in a little bit more shadow just to make it a little bit deeper, just in the outer corner as well, and then you can just blend it out. And also another good brush for that is for my lash line, and that is the Rapha. I think it's the Rapha 3. Okay, I'm just going to go back to the spongy brush and just buff everything out. And then I just want to make sure everything's even. And then for eyeliner, I think I'll use, I put in the description box, I think I'll use the new Prada one. And I've used it quite a lot now, and it's really good. Doesn't transfer. I think it's pretty smooth. Goes on really well. I just got to find it. Here we go. The new Prada one. And this is in the shade Wood. I think I used that in my last live. Ted is cool. That's not the word that comes to mind when I think of Ted. No, Ted. Ted is lovely. It sounds awful, doesn't it? But he is a good boy, actually. He's actually the most least maintenance compared to having a bloodhound in a Newfoundland. I know that. I am going back to the smaller mirror now because I'm going to do my eyeliner. And this is the magnifying one. It used to be the Together. This is quite old, the Chanel one, but it broke. So, but I still kept it. It's just really easy to hold, and I need to get in close when I'm putting on eyeliner. I'm sure Ted appreciates being with the family. Yeah, he does. Now we're on 5 acres, so he doesn't go down the hill though. He's a bit lazy, and not that old really for a border collie. He's about 7 or 8, which isn't that old for a border collie. And he was morbidly obese when we got him. Dad had dementia, and what he was doing is he would forget that he fed Ted, and he used to have Ted inside and feed him all the time, and not proper dog food. It would just be the stuff that we got Dad to eat. So Ted was getting like roast chicken and cakes and sweets and anyway, we got him here, and he's lost a lot of weight. I just put him on normal dog food, and he didn't eat for the first 3 days. We put the dog biscuits in front of him, and he'd just look at them and not eat. And probably because he'd come here, he was probably a bit stressed, I suppose. And then I said to my husband, if he doesn't eat after the 3rd day, I'll put like a tiny amount, something like some raw beef, just a tiny amount in there. But then the next day he ate, and that's all he gets. He doesn't get any human food now. Made that mistake after Solomon got really ill from giving him to my other Newfoundland that died. Not all the time, but we used to give him quite a bit every now and then, a treat, cheese and things like that. And he got really, really ill, and it was from that. So learned from that mistake. Freeloaders. Yeah, that's what they are. But anyway, Ted's looking quite trim now. He's not probably quite as light as he should be, but I think he would have lost, this is in kilos. We didn't weigh him, but he was like this little barrel on sticks. He was just so fat. He used to run around for about 30 seconds and then lay down and was just panting. And they're not happy animals that are like that, So anyway, he's pretty good now. I think when we got him, he would have weighed, I would say, close to 40 kilos, which is I think that's like 85 pounds, which is far too heavy for a border collie. A border collie should be anywhere between 18 kilos and probably about 22 kilos. Which is probably about like 38, 40 pounds, something like that. Anyway, he's a lot better now. Yeah, it is a really, really pretty quad. Oh my God. He's adorable. Mum did that near the end time. She saw my cat I had then. She took her to the kitchen for a treat. Yeah. Dad was. And I think it was getting, sometimes, I didn't actually see it, but then sometimes the dog biscuits that we left out for Dad to give Ted, we found them in the fridge. And I think Dad might have been eating, this is towards the end, some of the dog biscuits. So Ted was getting all the food that we'd prepared and left for Dad. And I think Dad might have been munching on some dog biscuits. I'm not sure. But Dad had constitution like an ox, so it never affected him. But I'm not quite sure what was happening there. I mean, Ted will, he will have lots of energy when he feels like it, and then he won't. But after Mum died, then Dad's border collie, Chansey, that was his name. He had Chansey, and then Dad had another dog, a Kelpie, Australian Kelpie, and then he died. So, and then Mum had gone, so we got Dad Ted. So when Dad got Ted, he was about 18 months, 2 years old. So the mascara that I'm using, I'm yapping on about dogs. Anyway, the mascara that I'm using is Chanel Le Volume 1. This is the one in the new formula. And I thought it was as good as the original, but I'm not too sure now. I don't know. I'll probably buy another one and just see, but I think as I'm using it more, as it's getting older, it can tend to, I find, clump a little bit. It's not too bad. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Has anyone found that with the new formula? I mean, it's good, but I don't know. I have to get another one and just see. Because I have this one also in that shade Blue Night, which I really, really love. And I really can't use it now. It's in the older formula, but I probably should chuck it out. I don't know whether to get it in the new formula because I'm not too sure. Okay, I think that is, I might need to even things up a little bit. Yes, so we've got the two Highland, our animals are out of control. The two Highland cows, Blossom and Tinkerbell. We've got 10 chickens now, and 1 cat, and 3 dogs. And that is plenty of animals. It did. Most people, majority of people love animals though. Yes. Yeah, I did. I have shown the chickens a couple of times. Okay, I think that's pretty even. Right, for blush, it is a Cle de Peau one, and this is in the shade. This is the one Persimmon, and this is beautiful. These are beautiful, beautiful blushes. That one flakes on me. It's not flaking, but I don't know whether it goes on as well. I mean, I'm not too sure. Now, panda eyes, no, I find them. Oh, was that the new formula or was that the older formula? Oh, yeah, see. Thank you. It's very, very kind. The new Prada mascara is really good. It's not over volumizing, but it's that real deep, deep black, and I find that it separates the lashes and does lift them. You can feel it grip the lashes. But probably my favorite mascara now, and Lauren sent me a couple over I didn't realise that Queen Mascara, they shipped to New Zealand. But anyway, Lauren sent me a couple over, and that's the Queen Mascara mascara. That is fantastic. And it's more of a wet mascara. It does dry, though, but it's super volumizing. I love it. Hi. How are you? So I'm just going to use the Sonia G, the sheer buffer. Put this on. I'm not going to put on too much, but I want you guys to be able to see it, because sometimes I think things can get a little bit washed out. I tried one, I can't remember which, and it smudged a lot. Is that a Chanel one? I love the cows. They're so cute. They are bad. They are bad, Liz. Our animals are too spoiled, I think. We had to do a whole lot of refencing because Blossom, she's the smaller out of the two, but she's just trouble. And she will break through other fences. She's a shocker. She's awful. And if it doesn't work through with her head and her horns, then she'll turn around and use her butt, and she'll push things over with her butt. She's just terrible. So we had to spend a small fortune just redoing some fences. The Lisa Eldridge mascara is good. I have tried that. I haven't tried that one. I don't have a lot of luck with Victoria. I mean, Victoria Beckham Beauty, I love a lot of her products, the majority actually, but the mascaras I don't tend to have a lot of luck with. The new Gucci is good. Okay, well, that's good to know. I've been doing my makeup along with the live. The sponge applicator worked well. I usually toss those. Yeah. And to be honest, until I started watching different people on YouTube, sometimes other people would say, like on Instagram too, you might get comments saying, why are still these luxury brands putting in these cheap applicators? And then I watched a couple of people that are actually makeup artists, and they use them. And they use them a lot. So then I started using them, and I do reach for them quite a bit. They're very useful. The cows are adorable. Yeah. Oh, I won't go to this one. Didn't love the black tube, very heavy. Yeah, I just don't. It's okay, but it wasn't one that I was really sort of reaching for. Yeah, Queen Mascara is good. Really volumizing. I think they're fantastic. I think mascara is it's a very personal thing. It depends what sort of brush you like and formula you like and what you want for your lashes. Do you want it more volumizing? Do you just want them a bit more sparse, but you just want some length with a little bit of deepening on them? It really depends. They're not bad. They just eat grass. Oh. I'm going to use the Chanel. This is the Iridescent Illuminating Fluid, which is also really good under our foundation, but today I'm just going to use it as a highlight, and I'm just going to put it on using my fingers. This is the new one in Halo. I'm not sure whether it's limited edition. No doubt someone will tell me. I'm not too sure, but it is beautiful. Still looking for my perfect mascara. Well, I would say the Queen Mascara is pretty good. I really like it, and it's a real black. Like some are they're black, but this is black, and so is that Prada one. But it's just that the Queen Mascara is, for me, it's more volumizing. Now, I haven't tried the Dolce & Gabbana mascara, Yeah, but there's just something about that mascara. That's what I mean when I say it's such a personal thing. Just something about that mascara that didn't wow me, put it that way. It wasn't bad, but just didn't wow me. I don't know whether I've tried that. See, at the moment, see, this is the thing. When you do YouTube videos, so at the moment, I've got these many mascaras. This Chanel, so if you include the Chanel. So this is how many I've got. So I've got Westman Atelier Dior, which I do not like. It just never works for me. So actually, I need to throw that one out. For some reason, I don't like Dior either. The Swede one, which is really, really good. That is a beautiful mascara. That was gifted to me. It was quite a long time ago now. I've actually got their other mascara too that I need to try. I haven't used the YSL one. Now, this one's really good, but the brush is, well, for me, the brush is just huge on it. So I have to be really careful when I put it on. I can be a bit clumsy and I end up with bits all over my eyes, but this is very volumizing, like that one. And of course, got the Prada. And the Prada is lovely packaging too because it feels like that nylon and it's really, really lovely. But those are all the mascaras that I've got at the moment. That's why I haven't opened the Queen Marcel ones yet, because I really need to just use what's in front of me. I haven't tried that one either. Yeah, Dior is a no for me too. Yeah, it's just something about, I think, do I need more blush on? Can you see it? When I go to look, oh, maybe I will put a little bit more on. I'll use my fingers as well, I think. Maybe a little bit more in here. I look in the monitor, it looks a little bit washed out. I keep a mascara for 3 months. I'd love to try the earlier too. Adriana loves it. Yeah, I normally keep a mascara for about 3 months as well. I will take it out to 6 months. There are some people that keep them a lot longer than that, and they say they've never had an eye infection, but I just wouldn't risk it really, because I have had an eye infection and they are not pleasant. I don't know. I don't Makeup by Mario. I've got a couple of his things, but I've got one matte eyeshadow palette, which is very beautiful, but I haven't tried a lot. Yes, it is a beautiful color. I like a pink and a blush. Actually, I like most shades, but I also like an orange, a soft coral, and I think this one's really beautiful. And the Cle de Peau blushes are gorgeous. Really, really beautiful. Yeah, everyone has their favorite products. I'm not quite sure which. I would have to say I love blush and I do love mascara because I have little lashes and my lashes are really light. So as soon as I've got mascara on, I can do an eye look and then I think, oh yeah, it looks okay. And then I get mascara on. It's just like, yeah, it looks really good. So for me, mascara would be up there with one of my favorites. I also like a really good lip gloss, lip balm. Oh, you don't like the Dior either. Okay, so it's not it's not just me. Oh, they're releasing a new one soon. Oh, yes, with that, with the different packaging. Yes, I did see that actually. Sweet is really nice. I think Queen Marcel is more volumizing though. But then maybe, so this is the one that I've been using, which is really good. And they have another one. So which one? Do you have both of them, Liz? Is this the one that's supposed to be more volumizing? I'm not too sure. What's your favorite fountain to keep oil on the skin under control? Okay. There's quite a few actually. I mean, there is the OG Holy Grail for many people, and it's the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and that's over. Gosh, I tried that when it first came out, and I was 28 when that came out, and I find it a little bit heavy now, though. What else would I recommend? Because I have obviously got really oily skin. The Tom Ford Architectures Soft Matte, very good. The Christian Louboutin is excellent. I wore that during the summer. There is the Dior Matte Foundation, the Forever one. There's two of them. There's the Glow and there's the Matte. That one's very good. The Chanel Velvet is beautiful in that small black bottle. That is excellent at keeping oils at bay, and that is a gorgeous foundation. They reformulated it, but it's still just as good. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've got so many. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm just going to put on a balm. This is one of the new Chanel Coco Rouge ones, and this is in the shade, and I think if I can hold it far enough away, I think this is the one in Honey Bliss. I have all of them, but I think today this is the one that I'll use. It's really pretty. Really, really pretty. I've Lash Cloud. I think that is Lash Cloud, isn't it? It's the fatter one. The other one's a bit skinnier, I think. I'd have to get it out. Actually, now I'm not sure whether I have the other one. I'll just have a look and just see in my drawer. Yeah, here it is, I think. Or maybe online. Yeah, here's the other one. Tell you what, the Swede, I'll be back in a sec. You can get that. Oh, here we go. So this is the other Swede one that I haven't even opened yet. It's the Pro Lash Lift Mascara in black. So that's the other one. Yeah. So that one is skinnier. So the cloud one, yeah, it's got the little clouds on it. So I haven't tried this one yet. Now, they also sent me, that was last year, the eyelash serum, and that is really, really good. Very good. Oh, yes, I have seen them. While I rave about the Queen Mascara mascara, I don't like, I don't know whether this is unpopular opinion or not, but I do not like the packaging for their lipsticks. I just don't like them. And they sent me a couple as well in their lipsticks, not the balms. That was last year as well. And I didn't like their lipsticks either. I felt that they were just weird on the lips and emphasized texture a bit on my lips. I don't know. I just didn't really like them very much. I'm just mucking around with my hair. So. I don't know whether I've tried that one or not. Oh, yes, that's Margot. Margot, the princess. Yeah, there's just... Yes, I was going to say that. I thought I won't on a live, but they do. They do. I just... No, I don't. Yeah, I don't like... But that is true. That's exactly what they look like. Yeah, I mean, I love a lip balm. I love just really something light for lipstick. And I'm sure, I mean, they probably could be beautiful, but no, because of the packaging. I just don't like it. But the mascara, absolutely love. Last thing is perfume. I don't think my eyeshadow is. It's always on that eye there. Do I have to fix it again? Like I said, it's because this eye goes down lower. Let me just correct that for a sec on this eye. Let's take it up a little bit higher. That's better. Got to be even. Can't be crooked. There we go. That's a bit better. Going to use the Gabrielle Chanel, the Le, which came out last year. And it is beautiful. It's fruity, floral, gorgeousness. I love it. I'm not really a huge fan of the original Gabrielle Chanel. It's nice, but this one is just beautiful, and I've used quite a lot. I absolutely love it. No, it's not something I would take it with me. Hi, Sherry. I finally got the YSL ones to try. Is that the oils? Because they've got the balms and then they've got different ones. It's the YSL oil ones that I love. Absolutely love them. Makeup toys. Yes. Thank you, Sherry. Who else? Not many YouTubers have combination to oily skin. I mean, I used to hate my oily skin. Absolutely hate it. And before the Estee Lauder Double Wear came out, I could not find anything. I didn't spend a fortune on makeup way back then, but I couldn't really find anything that didn't look heavy or slip around my face. And when Estee Lauder came out with that was an absolute game changer, that foundation. For people with oily skin, that was amazing. And I mean, I know before I said it was too heavy. I do have a bottle of that in my foundation drawer. I probably would put it on now using probably half the amount that I used to, and with a beauty blender just to sheer it out. But if you want a foundation that is going to stay matte and it's going to last all day and it's not going to transfer, the Estee Lauder does that. But then so does the Chanel Velvet as well. The Chance Hair Oil Perfume. I've got a Chance hair fragrance up there. I'm not quite sure which one it is. I also have a Dior. Dior have hair fragrances as well. And I've got the one, Jasmine. It's beautiful. I don't think I might have tried that. They might have given me a sample. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. So you're back doing some lives every now and then, are you? Because if you are, I'm missing them. But I think you've been MIA for a little while. But oh, I got the OG and what clear gloss and balm. Okay, I'm going to get. Okay, that's the YSL. So I think I got the balms as well, but I just love the lip oils. I've got 2 of them now. And I would get more. It's just that I've got so many different lip products that it's crazy, but I do love them. Absolutely love them. Hi. So I think that's about it. I'm just wondering whether I need to powder a little bit more. I'm feeling, no, it feels okay. Just wonder whether I looked a little bit shiny, but no, it feels good. So that Sisley powder is actually, it's really nice. Really good. So I think that's about it. Did that in just over an hour. So considering it's talking lots about animals and other random things, it's pretty good. No, I'm not doing lives on that. Maybe once school is out for some break. Okay. What brands are you loving the most for skincare, and also your favorite foundation? Oh, I'm not going to. I have a lot of favorite foundations because I have I mean, honestly, in my collection, I haven't counted recently, but I would have 50 foundations. There's some, obviously, that I reach a lot more than others, and I change up my foundations. So when the weather does eventually cool down here, I will change foundations that I wear around a little bit, because ones that have more of a glow that I can't necessarily wear in the middle of summer without powdering all the time, I can wear them in the cooler months. So I tend to swap them around. Skincare brands change a lot too. I like La Prairie, I like Lumiere, I like Allies of Skin, Paula's Choice, Sisley. I'm forever changing my skincare around. But last live, there were a couple of people that wanted me to do skincare routine on one of my lives, and I will, because last year I did a video on my evening one, but what I'll do is a morning skincare routine with the products that I'm using at the moment. Thank you. I tell you, it's this Chanel Beiges. It's so beautiful, and it's like there's just nothing there. Please like the live and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you, Lauren. I keep forgetting for people to say thumbs up for the live. We keep nagging here to do a skin. It was only last live. No, I will. And now that it's earlier in the morning, that I think is a better time for my lives, then it would be a good time to do the morning one. So yeah, the hair mist a lot. Love Allies. Allies is quite pricey. I'm currently using in my morning routine niacinamide, because I change the brands around, but I always use a niacinamide in the morning, and I'm currently, the Allies of Skin, and that is beautiful. I am considering getting the Allies of Skin, the copper peptides one, and giving that a go. I might order that today. They sell it at Mecca here in New Zealand, so right. So I think we'll end it there. So thank you everyone for joining. If there's anything you liked in here, everything that I've got on, I have listed and linked below. And hopefully, as I said in my last live, I'm not sure whether I'll do these every week. It really just depends on what's going on. But at this stage, I think this time, and also a Monday morning for me and Sunday for most other people, I think that's working out really well. So thanks for being here. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, night, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. Bye.